You need to find an expert in whatever you're looking for, but somebody who can help your lawn look beautiful. The expertise doesn't cut corners. Above and beyond lawn services here. Tavis is going to tell us all about it. Welcome everyone to Your Little Castle Show. Somebody who's had a little experience riding lawnmowers, cutting grass, getting out the trimmers. Not my caveat, not my expertise, but we have an expert here to talk about it. If you missed the first half hour, Tavis really shares with us some of the trade secrets on how it is you make sure to get a good quality job done. So when you're going to have a yard that looks beautiful, because you just imagine trying to sell a house and you've got overgrowth and long weeds and all kinds of craziness. You don't need that. So you want to look professional. It kind of helps represent who you are. You want that yard to look good, and that's important for us. So here, with that, welcome back for another half an hour, Tavis. And giving your background and how you I like your story a little bit of how you got into this, and you said, hey man, I can do this as a full-time gig. With that, first show we finished up with talking about the biggest mistake that people make, and it could be pretty obvious to some, but kind of reiterate that. If you missed that first show, everybody, watch that again. It's on our YouTube channel if you missed it when it airs on ABC. But reiterate from some of the key facts about the mistakes people make when they're making a decision to either cut the grass themselves or hire somebody to do so.
Absolutely. So again, one of the biggest things that we see is when people cut their grass extremely low, in hopes that it would take longer between cuts. But just like us, grass can get stressed out. And when you do that, it ultimately kills the grass. The roots get damaged, and it kind of burns it, for lack of a better word. And now you have a yard full of dead grass, which is not what you want. So that's one of the biggest things. And again, looking for the cheapest guy, someone who, they're just going to come and cut the grass, for $20. Well, ultimately, these are the guys that they don't come back. These are the guys that you can't find when it's time, to get your grass cut. You want someone who's going to be reliable, who's going to be there when they're supposed to be there, and that's going to care about the health of your grass, which is so important, so important.
Obvious stuff here. You would think most people understand, but hey, getting an expert that can handle this and do the job right. Yeah, because we all know somebody who can save us a few bucks as we hire Bobby from down the street. But is he insured? If he throws a rock through the window, if he cuts his leg on your property, who's going to be held responsible for that? These are things that you need to consider, and you say don't cut corners in general in life, but especially when you got somebody handling heavy equipment with spinning blades.
Absolutely.
Something you want to have somebody that you know is going to do a good job. I like what you had to say there. So with that, tell me a little bit about this. You've got obviously a large focus on residential, but you also do commercial. And tell me what you like about each.
We do. Residential, obviously that's one of the, that's our bread and butter. We have a ton of residential properties that we maintain, but we also do have one commercial property that we maintain as well. And that allows us to really use the size of our equipment efficiently. We have bigger lawnmowers, and these commercial properties, they're much larger, so we're able to really kind of just open it up and just kind of zip through these large fields and lay those beautiful stripes that we like to lay. And the residential properties, it is the beginning of our business, and I'm sure will be the end of our business as well. The St. Louis area has multiple homes, and ultimately everyone needs their grass cut. So there's endless opportunities, and we try to take full advantage of it.
There you have it. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you want to help as many people as you can? It's different the way you handle each one of them, but you get that personal attachment to your residential accounts.
Absolutely.
But the commercial accounts will allow you to kind of pull in a little more revenue and maybe a little less dealing with, somebody's out there watching you cut the grass when you're cutting the residential stuff.
For sure.
Either job, you got to make sure you do the job well. What do you like most about the St. Louis area and what you do in St. Louis and the types of yards you've got here? Tell me a little bit about the different types of yards that people have, different types of grass, I guess.
Absolutely. So here in St. Louis, we primarily have a tall fescue mix. I would say that's probably 90%. There is a little bit of some rye out there, and Some guys may even have some Kentucky blue and things of that nature. It's not really our climate of grass, but again, primarily a bunch of tall fescue. But St. Louis, this city alone has shown us a tremendous amount of love. And we try our best to give back and show our appreciation to the city, primarily our clients. We do tons of giveaways, even with some of the merch. We create our own merch, and we like to give our clients merch. And in June, actually, we do Customer Appreciation Month. And with that, we do raffles for $20 off service, and one lucky winner actually gets a completely free month of service. So that's just one of the ways that we're able to show our clients a simple thank you, because ultimately, without them, without the residents of St. Louis, we wouldn't have a business.
Well said. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into this and managing it, and I like the fact that you do customer appreciation. That's got to make a lot of people feel very cool. And getting some cool logos. If you see this cool shirt he's got on here, he's got his own swag.
This is one of them here, handmade.
It looks good, man. And you got to look the part, look professional. Get yourself some professional-looking apparel for doing the job. Tell me a time, though. I can only imagine there's got to be a number of times when somebody was just kind of out on a limb, and you've got videos talking about this. But tell me a little bit about these times when you said, hey, we can tell you're in a tough situation. We're going to do this and make it look like new. And give me a little bit of the background story when you did that.
Absolutely. We did a ton. Our first year in business, I called it pro bono, because I mean there were times where just for us to advertise, we'd ask anyone, we'll do the work completely free if you'd allow us to take pictures so we can promote. But now we found a true passion in helping others, and again, in recording it and putting it on YouTube, and not to expose the homeowners whatsoever, but to show that the compassion that we have and simply the work that we can do. So if you all know anyone who has a yard that needs to be mowed, that is overgrown, or they just can't simply afford to get their property cut, give us a call, and if we're able to, it would truly be our pleasure for us to come and get that taken care of.
Yeah, I like what you're saying there, because it literally is like a matter of how do you get started with any business? Well, first I tell people, says volunteer, do some charity work, donate some time to some people. That gives you great experience. And here you got a real great opportunity to show off some work that you've done then. And if you take the pictures of it, put it on your social media, and show people what you've got, now you can say, hey, here's some of the work we've done. What do you think? Now you might hire us because they can see a lot of what you've done to improve the community and make things better, so that you can have some great work to show off, and a lot of stuff that you've done in the community. Tell me, though, what's one of the biggest challenges you've gone through as a business owner? Running a business is a lot of work.
Absolutely.
Especially with the a lot of heavy lifting, they say, and outdoor work. What do you enjoy about it, but what have been some of the challenges?
Oh, wow. There are tons of challenges. I would say the biggest challenge that I've faced, though, is equipment failure. Now we have backups of everything. So if something goes down, we're able to replace it the same day. There was a time where if something breaks, we're scrambling. So that was one of the biggest hurdles. And I think I can speak for just about every lawn care company. When something breaks, without that equipment, we can't work. Outside of that, on a normal day for us, we're out 10 to 12 hours, 4 or 5 days a week now, mowing, and it can be taxing. There are days when I come home and I just lay out because I leave it all out there. I don't have energy to do a thing. So it can be difficult. While we enjoy it, it's still very difficult work. When it's 100 degrees outside, anything can get difficult. Checking the mailbox can be a
Right.
task, but again, we still enjoy it.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a business for somebody who stays in shape. Good friend of mine, I won't mention the name, but he's an older guy by now. He's an older guy, but he's my age, and we're older guys. And yeah, it almost forces you to stay in shape, because you've got a lot of equipment to manage there, and whether you've got automated machines, do you do the ride-ons, the stand-ups, or
I do.
what do you? But you've got to be balanced. And tell me about some of the equipment, how you manage that.
I must admit, the stand-on mower is a bit of a game changer. There was a time when I only had walk-behind mowers, and I would wear an Apple Watch, and we were walking about 15 miles per day. I was in much better shape at that time, but
You're still in good shape.
I'm okay. I appreciate that. The stand-on mowers are definitely a game changer, though. It allows us to kind of keep some of that stamina, to be able to last longer throughout the day. Because I'll admit, after cutting for 10 hours a day, it'll beat you down. It'll beat you down for sure. But that commercial equipment makes it a lot easier.
So what's that? 75 mile? What's it? 50? Yeah, you're doing 75 miles if you did 5 days a week. How many do you cut 5 days a week or 6 days a week? Sometimes 7 days a week?
At that time, I was only cutting 3 days a week. Okay. But if I were to do that now, yeah, that math is correct. About 75 miles a week. That's
pushing a lawnmower. This isn't just walking. A lot of people say, "Oh, I can walk forever, stay in shape." But I mean, you're doing like 3 marathons a week.
Yeah.
Pushing a lawnmower.
Yeah.
It's a lot of tenuous, strenuous work, but obviously it's worked out for you. Were those the days when you were first getting started that you really learned, all right, this is something I can handle, this is something I can do, and you proved you had the endurance to do it also?
Absolutely. I kind of have a by any means necessary kind of mindset. So I knew that I wanted the zero turn mowers. But at the time, we just weren't at a place where we could afford things like that. So we had to do what we had to do. But like you said, it did prove the endurance and the fact that, we can do this. Even under extreme circumstances, we can still get this done.
There you have it, everybody. Talk about stick-to-itiveness. Get it done no matter what. Pulling through to make sure you get there and never give up. And I talk about some of the speeches I've given, but if you will never give up, then you don't have a choice but to make it, because
that is it.
You're going to get there one where they might redirect you into a different place, but ultimately you will be where you need to be if you just never give up, keep pushing.
I love that.
We're going to jump into another quick community piece we've got here, some of our fun down at Busch Stadium. But before that, I want to show off a little bit. If you missed the first show, we gave a little preview. I'm going to put up you can go to our wide shot here. First, I'm going to start off behind us. You can see a beautiful looking website here. Show off the website a little bit. We're going to come back to this a little bit to talk about how it is people get started with you in a little bit. But just look here at all the services and all the information. There's some of the equipment you've got there, and obviously a lot of drone videos, and look at those beautiful stripes. But lots of great information and a lot of reviews. You can see they're done as well. But here's that YouTube channel. A lot of times we're showing off people's Facebook, but man, we wanted to show off the YouTube channel here because back into, you look at these these videos, 10,000, 2,500. Here's this 9,500 one. Here, let's go. I'm gonna jump up here, give everybody a little quick preview here. Another one of these where we've spent a little time, taking a little extra to get it done. And you say, hey, here's somebody obviously needed some help.
Absolutely.
Tell me about this one a little bit. They can't hear the audio, but they can hear you talking.
So this one here, the homeowner actually had gotten extremely sick and had to move with her daughter. And I got that information from the neighbors, and it's a corner lot, and this was a very beautiful neighborhood, but that yard, and it's actually a lot worse on the backside. It's a bit of an eyesore. So we took the opportunity to get it cleaned up for her as well as for the neighborhood also. And although I've never actually had the pleasure to meet the homeowner, I could assume once she did make it home that she was extremely satisfied and grateful for the work that we had done and to make it look beautiful again.
Well, I'll jump ahead here. I want to show this off to everybody, but I'm going to go here. This is a 30-minute video, but gosh, look at some of the work that's being done there. And obviously taking the time out of your busy schedule, but going out of your way to help some people. So let's jump to the very end here if we can get closer to that.
Mm-hmm. So yep, also we
wow.
So toward the very end of the video is what everyone waits for, just those amazing before and after photos, and it's impressive. I kind of shocked myself. I remember getting caught in a crazy storm, but man, I was psyched to have completed that job. It was truly rewarding.
Wow, this is yeah, you can see here. There's the before and the after. And just before and after, that's incredible work, man. If you're going out in the community helping like you see here, I can't help but imagine you're going to have lots of success. But wow, look at that. That's really cool to see somebody taking the extra effort to do
Absolutely.
that before and after. That's just amazing. And wow, David's doing a great job here. With that, we'll jump into some of our community stuff we're doing here. We got a community leader sitting right here, everybody. Stay tuned for more. We'll be. Hey everybody, guess what? We get to have fun all the time at the Cardinal games. Before the game, we get to hang out with fun super fans. Say hello to my buddy Nino over here, Brett, Tanya, and Dixie. That's right. Everybody's in the video here. Family coming out to the game. Nino, what do you love about going to Cardinal games?
You love baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves baseball. Hey, he's all right. Scoring points with the Cardinal Cowboy.
Yeah, he plays Miracle League baseball.
Do you really?
And he likes to be on the Cardinals team at home.
Yeah.
Wow, Nino, how many times have you been on that team? How many times have you done that?
A lot.
A lot.
That's a good answer. All right. Dan, what's it like coming to the Cardinal games with your son and your wife and all the fun you get to have down here?
Oh, it's the most fun. I mean, we've been coming since Old Bush. You know, now we've got New Bush Stadium. It's the best baseball town, and it's the most fun. You know, it's fun before the game. The games are always great, and we love it.
Well, I appreciate you guys taking time here. We're at Patios, everybody. This is where the most fun is. I get to wear the full outfit here. I got the pants, the socks, the arch, Nino, Brett, Tanya, and Dixie all here, and we're outside Patios having fun. Hey, say hi to Patios. Stop on by here before a Cardinal game, and we'll see you guys soon. Nino, give me some knuckles. There we go. Go Cardinals. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com. And if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds. And you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show. And there is no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. Cool. And here we are, everybody. We're back. Pick up our book. This book talks all about how you can magnify the media, your media, social media, because these days, if you're not doing it, your competitors are. I wrote the foreword for this book. This is Carter. Essentially, you wrote the first chapter, but this little book will help you to magnify the media, because by now we all have one of these little devices in our pocket, right? And this little thing right here will help you to generate lots of media and content for yourself. So with that, tell me, how has the media changed the way you do business and how you've had to making this YouTube channel you've got is really impressive. But what is it like in a modern day? I mean, maybe you've only experienced that, but having a YouTube channel, having a website, tell me how this has helped your business.
Oh, it makes all the difference. That's the world that we live in now. Social media is bigger than ever. And if you're not taking advantage of the media, you're way behind the eight ball. So majority of our advertisement is all through views of social media, Facebook posts, Instagram posts, and also some TikTok posts as well as YouTube. So it allows us to put ourselves out there and ultimately to stay in their face. And when they continue to see our logo, they see our truck on the road, and they wait a minute, I recognize that, and then they decide to give us a call.
Branding, yeah, get your name out there, be consistent, let people learn who you are, because that's why we talk about this half-hour interview, and many times we do two of them. Really gives you an opportunity for people to learn about you before they have to call. And so there's a lot of people, if they're going to spend any kind of money, it's generally if people are going to spend over $300, they're going to want to figure out who they're spending their money with.
Absolutely.
And so if people are spending quite a bit more than that with you, especially over a year or two, and they want to learn who it is that they're going to have cutting their grass, running around there with a blade spinning in their yard, making sure that their yard looks right.
Yep. And we try to take full advantage of that. Again, on our YouTube channel, we also do vlogs as well, where we pretty much document a start to end of our day, and kind of allows people to get to know us. Because again, if you have someone at your home, you have to trust these people. You don't want just anyone at your home, so it allows people to kind of get to know us. And our Facebook page as well is simply my personal page, because I do want all of my clients to be able to know me, to know my family, and to see the kind of person that I am before they do decide ultimately if they want to hire us for business or not.
Well said, yeah. And this media thing has really changed the way the game is done. And if you're not taking advantage of it, then you are going to be left behind, I promise. I've had a few people say, oh, we don't need a website. We don't. I'm going, oh, boy. If you want to stay in business for much longer, you need that.
Absolutely.
Recently had somebody I won't name, but they said, we don't have a website. And I said, watch this. I can make you a website in just a few minutes. We did that, got most of it up, but enough to be presentable. And they were just kind of wild. It's like, hey, this is stuff. Don't get ripped off on websites. If you need help with a website, we can do this for pennies on the dollar compared to what some of our competitors charge, especially if we do a whole package for you with everything that we do. We do all kinds of video content for people, obviously. What would you see? What are some of the biggest mistakes that you've seen some of your competitors make? Obviously, don't name a competitor in that light, but you've seen some of the mistakes they make and things that you make sure you don't make those mistakes.
Absolutely. For sure. We try our best to learn from the mistakes of others. So as far as mistakes that I've seen people made, I would say just rushing. Of course, we all want to get as much work as done as possible. But if you're just, running through a job, trying to get it done as quickly as possible, putting quantity over quality, ultimately you're going to lose that client. And I've seen that. I've seen guys that, they can get a job done in 20 minutes by themselves, but compared to a job that may have taken, 40 minutes, it's a pretty night and day difference. So that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I didn't do, is fall down that wormhole and, if I do, a lot of yards, I'll make more money. Well, no, we'll focus more on quality opposed to quantity, and it'll pay off for sure.
Well said. Write that one down, everybody. Quality over quantity. And sure, we all want to get as much done as we can. You know who learned that one? Google. And they had a big following, a lot of people trying to set up their Google ads. And another company said, if they're not going to help you, we'll help you. And then Google figured out they've got to start doing it. So much that quality over quantity. And if you'll take care of your customers, they will take care of you.
Absolutely.
And you want to make for a happy customer. Is obviously what we're all looking for here, because that makes a win-win-win. It's got to be a win-win-win for everybody. So keep that method in mind. As we get into a little bit more of the depth of what we like to talk about, tell me though, what is the process for somebody to get hired, to hire you? If somebody gets started with you, give me a little bit about how that happens.
Absolutely. It's very simple. They can give us a phone call at 314-495-4485. That is my personal number.
And what's the number again? 495?
495-4485.
4485. There it is,
sir.
On the screen there for everybody.
And
also, that's simple. Or they can go to their website.
Yep.
They could fill out a form.
Fill out a form directly on our website, request service. That'll go directly to my phone as a push notification, and as soon as we receive that, we'll reach out to you and set something up. So, yep, it's very, very simple to get us out.
So once they've reached out to you, what's the process? How does somebody get actually? Do you come out and look at their yard? Do you give them a bid over the phone? It depends on the yard. You can look at.
So a lot of
How do you
times
normally handle that?
we base our prices off of square footage. So what we'll usually do is we'll pull the property up online on like Google Earth and Google Maps and just take a look at the property and kind of map it out the square footage. And we'll tell them right then and there exactly what it will cost for that weekly or biweekly maintenance price. And if they are in need of something, some landscaping or something that is not necessarily something that we can see online, we come out and we also offer free estimates as well.
That's nice. Yeah. So these days, that technology again, Google Earth, take a preview. It'll tell you exactly the surface area, how much land you've got.
Absolutely.
You can see the boundaries. Is that true?
We can. Yep. It's
So-
a complete bird's eye view.
and give you everything there you need to know, so that you can just give them over the phone in a few minutes. You usually have to call them back, or you pull it right up there while you're talking
Pull it
about
up while they're on the phone. Yeah, we make it just as simple as possible, and it only takes about 2 minutes usually.
In 2 minutes, you can have a quote to figure out, I've got somebody that might need some of your services. We'll talk about that after
Absolutely.
the show here, but that's pretty neat that you've got such a quick system to put this together for people and to get them a fair estimate too, because all the technology that's out there, some of those free resources, everybody. I can tell you about lots of those, but that's a dynamite one you're making use of. What's the biggest question people they'll have for you? If they say, "Oh, is it always price? Is it how soon you can get done with it?" What's the biggest objection that somebody might have before they start?
It's a
with
great
it?
question. I would say price. People usually want to know what it's going to cost, and our average is about $50. That's pretty standard for just about all of our yards. But that is the biggest question we get is how much it's going to cost, and how do I pay you? And we try our best to make things as simple as possible. So we take every major debit and credit card, as well as many other payments as well. It's usually that is how much and how soon can you get here. That's another one too. During the busy season, we usually try to do our new clients on Fridays, but right now is the perfect time to get in because we're still formulating our schedule. So yeah, that's I would say that for sure.
Well, you make it easy like that, expecting credit cards and some automated systems right there to get people that'll sign up with you. Make it easy. And if the biggest question you got is the cost, then you've got a good position to be in. And I can imagine some people will be like, "Can you do it cheaper?" Well, you're going to say, "Well,
It happens.
we can, but
It
here's
happens.
what happens."
We
They often say no.
we try to stay pretty firm on our prices, but we also if there's a senior or veterans, it's impossible not to show our appreciation for them. So we often will offer some incentives for our veterans and seniors for sure.
There you go. Somebody taking care of our community again. As we finish up here, what ultimately gives you the most satisfaction about what you get to do?
I love it. I mean, it sounds so cliche, but I absolutely love it. It's a true hobby. I like to ride motorcycles and I like to mow lawns. It's what I do for fun. Years ago, I had a birthday party actually, and my wife had a birthday cake made, and she had a fire truck put on it, and it was kind of like a funny thing. But I said, "Babe, as much as I love being a fireman, you should have put a lawnmower on that cake, and I would have liked it a lot better." And it's just simply what we love to do, and fortunately, we get to make a fortune of it.
There you go. Stay tuned for more. This is your little cat.